thing, we change the atmosphere. We change our environment all the time by our mere living. And we need to try and minimize it. This is a thermal mass. Inside there are stones and outside there's soil. And here they made it into a garbage bin. But you can see here that it is made of metal, thick metal. And after we heat it, down here you can see the chimney. And after you heat it, you clean and you put the food inside. Okay, what we have here is a composting toilet for dogs. We like it very much that all the dogs from the village come and poo in our property, but we don't like to step on it on our path, on the pavement. So what we do, we take it from there and we throw it here. Look inside. You see a pipe that has holes all the way until 80 centimeters deep. So what we throw here become compost. The earthworms crawl in, they eat the compost, and they crawl out and they shit in the garden. And you see here that the potato is smiling because there is an automatic spreading of the compost. Okay? Moringa is a miracle plant. It is a natural multivitamin. It is anti 300, according to Ayurvedic, the Indian medicine. It cures 300 illnesses and sicknesses. Here we can see the insect hotel. There are many places where the insect cannot find the dead tree or bare pieces of land, and they need these places in order to nest. And people suffer from many mosquitoes and many flies that harass them. And their solution is spraying. But if we want to keep our environment and ourselves without any poisons, we just build this kind of hotel in France and Germany. You can buy it regularly in a shop. Wasps can nest. The reeds are for other wasps, and over here you can already see the net of the spider, and the spiders also goes into those cones, pine cones and cypress cones, and other wasps and bumblebees. Those are solitary bees that pollinate the flowers. They need the dead trunk to nest in. Like you to see all the different lemna we have here, floating plants, water plants that are floating, and they are very tasty and very nutritious.
Let me see.
Now look at the miracle. You see that it is all evenly covered with the lemna. So I take, it's a net, yeah, and it just cover itself in few minutes time, yeah, because they are so much held together. So now they are a bit released, and this thing now, all of it is lemna. Those are azolla, which is a nitrogen fixing fern, and this one I give now to the chicken, and tomorrow I come and I will come and I will take same amount, and it would still be all covered. This is a superfood named spirulina. We grow in Adamama two superfoods. One is a moringa that we already saw, and this is spirulina. It is very nutritious. It is very primitive. I mean, one of the first algae to be developed a billion of years ago. It's a blue-green algae, and it is very rich with protein, with mineral, and with vitamin, and it grows very fast again in the summer. Now this algae is a tiny algae, and you can see that I didn't catch anything. Yeah, it just falls through the holes. We need the 300 mesh. If you can lift the net, it's a very expensive net. There are 300 holes in 1 square centimeter, and you can see here, this is what I did 2 days ago. I collected the spirulina and it stayed. Okay, this is spirulina is here. I mean, you can see that here there's nothing, and we do like that, it stays. Now this algae is very expensive. It is sold a few $100 per kilogram because it is so nutritious and so healthy.
What do you use it for?
You eat it. You eat it raw. You don't need to cook it. You destroy part of the ingredients if you cook it. Welcome to Adamama mobile toilet, composting toilet. We have here a dry toilet that was built by Ofer Shani, and this is a very neat design. You can see the chimney. It is black, so the air inside get heat and rise up, and then when we sit there, we don't feel any smell because of the water, all the air just climb and go up. Up there you can see anti-fly mosquito, and down here you can see this tire, plastic rubber tire, how to say, car tire, to block all the light, so the light doesn't enter the big hole, and then when it is that dark, flies can't enter, they can't see what's going on there, and it is very important so for the sanitation, so it would be flyless. Now here we wash our hands. It is always important to wash the hands after visiting the toilet, but here it is double important. When we deal with compost and earth, we need to double clean, not only that, but also that, to clean under the fingernail, and the soap here is 100% olive oil, so it's completely natural. It doesn't harm the life that is in the soil. Now you can see here that the pipe is running into the toilet, and it just goes straight to the pile of compost that we are making over there inside. Let's go in. Meet Pixie. And here's a few very nice patterns. This is metal and this is attract metal. See? Just stands like that. And you can sit if you want, and if you don't want, you stand like that. And over there you can see the pipe that is how to say, dropping the drops, the water on the pile, on the head of the pile. Now after I do what I do, I take from the leaves and I throw them just like that. And after about a month of activating the toilet, I throw a bunch of red compost worms, and they do the job down there. So at every given time, every given minute, about 10 centimeters is not humus, but all the rest of the hole is just full with humus. Now here is a very important patent. You see this kind of foam. The cover is larger than the seat, and then the foam is 100% sealing it. It's very important for sanitation. And another thing, we can either use paper or water to clean our bath. What would be more water saving? If we use water or if we use paper?
Water.
Yeah, if we use water, we save water. How come? We use a few drops, and in order to manufacture the paper, the factory is using a lot of water. It is one of the big consuming industry, the industry of the paper. So in order to save water, let's use water.
Nice.
Zimmer. This is you know Zimmer. This is a room for rent. It is under the ground because in the depths of 2 meters the temperature stays the same during the day, night, winter, summer. You can see very beautiful wall carving done by Leah. All of the art here is by Kobe. Because it doesn't stand on any on anything but on the tree.
Yeah.
This is a pizza oven. Here we put all the wood. We light it for about 45 minutes, and then we clean the ashes, and we put the trays with the pizza, and we close. And the walls here are about 40 centimeters wide, and inside there's a lot of straw. And last time we lit it, I came the day after. It was really hot. It really keeps This is a patent especially for the city dwellers. Here we can grow 4 square meters of garden, vegetable garden, on 1 square meter of land. And you can see here this metal net, and inside metal net, and about 15 centimeters apart, and between the cardboard there's a mature compost that we grow on. Here you can see a lettuce that just rose, and here's some broccoli here and there. Lots of broccoli sprouts. And what it stays inside there's a whole a place for the organic residues that the chickens and the is now here with the nuclear energy, with the nuclear weapon, with the genetical engineering. And it means that we spend a lot of energy. And me, if I lie down, I can be like that for the rest of my life. I hardly use any energy. It's very comfortable. And if I'm sitting, I cannot sit all day long. I would be tired, and the same with standing. But sitting I can do, I don't know, double times than standing, and so forth. And if I want to rise and be much higher, as we are now in the West, I'm just losing my stability. I can't stand that high very long. And in 2008, the international collapse of the economy is just a symptom of this losing of stability because of over use of energy. And here in Adamama, we use the permaculture principles, which is lowering very much our impact and our use of energy. This is a great. This is the best bean in the world. It's called in Latin Dolichos lablab, in English hyacinth bean, and we can eat raw the flowers. They are sweet with nectar, and we can cook almost all the parts of the bean. We can eat the pod with the grains inside just by cooking 15 minutes, and the same with the young leaves. Hi.
איטליה אתה מכיר, נכון?
תראי, זה טעים!
זה טעים לך הצ'יפס הזה?
אני נותנת לך. גם אני נותנת לך.
מה שעה עכשיו?
הנה מה שעה?
11:45.
אז זה קצת גבולי, אבל ננסה. אני קודם נתאם את החמצות.
איזה תרנגולות. גם לי יש תרנגולות. גם לי יש תרנגולות.
באמת? איזה יופי. בבית?
לי יש תרנגולות. לי יש כלבים.
מי שאין לו, תבקשו מההורים לגדל. תשמעו, אנחנו נכנסים
חדש.
ולא זזים מהר, לא מזיזים את הידיים ואת הרגליים מהר, זה נורא יפחיד אותם, בסדר? אז נלך לאט לאט. בואו נראה אם אנחנו יכולים ללכת לאט לאט.
לאט לאט, יופי עידו.
ככה, ונזרוק להם.
טבעי בצורה טבעית, אבל הילדים שלהם נשארים פה, לא יכולים אותם. אין פיקוח. זאת אומרת, אתם לא נוגעים. זה מתרבה. מה הם צריכים? וזהו. כן. מה, יותר מתרנגולות?
כן, כן. Look at Fanny, our dog. Fanny. And she's sitting here more than the kids sit in front of the television. She's just sitting, how to say, not rolling. She really wants to eat the guinea pigs, and she sits there. I think it's now for 2 years. She's sitting there, and whenever anyone approaches the chicken shed, she knows that the guinea pigs would move, and then she runs.
Window.
Garden window.
Salon גינה. And the plants that we have here, this is a ridgeland.
What?
Ridgela. It's like I don't know the name in English.
Welcome to our kitchen. This is a rocket stove, and what we can see here is that this is the first time in the human history that we cook in the chimney. Until now, we would put the pot just on three stones, 4 stones, or something like that, and we put the fire here, and most of the heat is just spread away, and there's a lot of smoke. And here you can see the sketch of how it is being built, and we have the chimney all sealed, and there's isolation or insulation on the sides, so you can feel here that it is not hot at all. Here it is hot, and here it's like a skirt for the pot. Okay, and this way, look here on the red arrows, you can see that the heat is diverted to all sides of the pot and rising up, and here on the sides is the skirt, so it is being heated not only from under but also from all sides. And here this is 35 centimeters, and there is a complete burn of the ashes, so it is much more efficient, and use much less fuel wood than open fire. And you can do it very professionally. Have 1.6 centimeter between the wall and the pot, and then you can save up to 80% of the total wood. Wow.
The heat.
אני יכול לחתוך את כל העצבים שלך?